So updates, we'll start with Maciej talking about the Airflow AIP 53. AIP stands for Airflow Improvement Process. So we submitted a proposal on Airflow to move the OpenLineage Airflow integration to Airflow proper, which is going to simplify it and make it more reliable and easier to improve. And so this has been approved earlier this year by the Airflow PMC, and Maciej is going to tell us about the progress of the project. So I'm going to release the screen to let you show what you want to show.
I kind of don't have presentation. I just wanted to talk for a few minutes. So our goal in a medium time for OpenLineage is to make the operators responsible for their own lineage, because they are the data producers, data consumers. They know what data they consume and produce. So this is what we want to achieve. But in order to do that, we have to have more infrastructure in Airflow. And so we divided our development process into 3 phases. And first phase is basically getting what we already have, an OpenLineage Airflow library in Airflow, but in a way that follows Airflow's processes and the coding style, tests, and basically make it fully compatible code-wise with Airflow. That includes removing a lot of things like compatibility between Airflow versions. We will be there from Airflow 2.6 plus, and that means we can remove a lot of legacy code. So we are in this phase, and we merged our first big PR that moves most of the core infrastructure there with 2,500 lines of code, and more coming, of course. Since then, we can basically do more work in parallel, because Airflow is a Apache, a big library, and basically the processes, code reviews are much more thorough, and they require more work from us because we want to get a big piece of code there, right? So there are a lot of discussions. We had 150 comments and discussions on the first PR. We've resolved all this. We've merged we are opening new PRs in parallel with different migrating particular extractors, adding tests, and this is where we're at. And the second phase will be work on other providers. So basically implementing the OpenLineage methods and making sure they are well tested within their own tests. So yeah, talk with Julian, maybe not a talk, but presentation for Airflow community, which was 2 weeks ago, I believe, and it was recorded. So Julian, maybe you have a link to it somewhere nearby.
Yeah, Michael put it on.
Covered all of this in
on the OpenLineage YouTube channel with the recording for those talks. So,
oh yeah,
yeah. So we can actually we keep going. I'll post. Here we go. This is the recording of and so since then, yes, the first PR, which was the biggest one, has been merged. So big congrats, Maciej, on this achievement, and everything else is, more incremental. All the details are adapting it in there. Any questions on this? So if you're using the OpenLineage Airflow integration, it's going to be.
I have a question.
I'll go ahead, Maciej.
When it will be ready, and I can answer also. I don't think it will be ready by next month's release of providers, but we will aim for the next one, I guess. So the maintainer of providers at Kaif is doing like a release each beginning of each month, and so yeah, May is unlikely for, I believe, but July is more likely, especially that after the big PR we have a much better like cadence of reviews since they are much smaller.
Yeah, I think the first big PR was the big item, and everything else is easier. A lot of smaller PRs, easier to do. Yeah, and it's going to make the integration much more tightly integrated in Airflow, much more stable, and it's going to make it a lot easier to get much better lineage out of Airflow after that. And hopefully this is a poster child, right? This is the end goal to OpenLineage is to be a spec and each project to implement against it, and not the other way around. Cool. So the next step
Now I have a question. Just to be clear, this doesn't change the actual functionality. You still have to be using operators, the right operators to get the lineage from.
Yes. So
not yet.
Maciej, maybe you want to.
But maybe so. Our like goal is to have a first like operator that is using this in the first release. We'll see what we will actually do, but we're looking at Snowflake operator.
Perfect.
So yeah, we want to have like one, and to make sure that everything works and nothing breaks, and
Great.
then go full steam ahead with hundreds and thousands of millions of operators covered.
Yeah, so the big benefit is, the operators themselves can support it, especially if people use custom operator in Mix. It's easier.